Okay, and welcome back. So this is the third problem we have involving this particular vector here, and they want to know what the shape of the path is. If you've taken a Calc 3 class, you'll find that this really is just the x direction, y direction, z direction, and if you look at this like a parametric equation, but then basically you can isolate one of the, well, what you do is you hold one of the variables constant. In this case here, we can use the y component because it's already held constant. So if you draw out a 3D axis like this, so you have your 3D axis, right? And this would be your I hat, this would be your j hat, and this would be your k hat. So this is the I, j, and k directions, right? So this could be like your x direction, your y, and your z. Well, if you hold this particular direction constant, so if that's the case, this would be like 1, 2, 3, and we'll just say this is 3.1 right here, right? So if you draw a sheet of glass, something like this, not the best drawing. Basically, this goes through this particular point right here, right? Okay, so what we want to do is plot the points, at least for the x and y, well, for the x and z direction. So in that case, here's the x and here's the z. So you can kind of just pretend that you're plotting points on a chalkboard that is located over here, except we're moving the chalkboard up a little bit because everything is held constant in the y direction. So in the j direction, let's just say, right? So that means all the points are going to be located in here, right? So since this represents the x direction, we could just write this as x is equal to 9.6. I'll just write it 9.6t, right? And since this is held constant, we've already got that taken care of. Then we're only really dealing with x's and z's, right? So if that's the case, we can write this as z is equal to, I'll just write this as negative t squared. I think you guys are okay with that, right? Okay, so as you guys know from parametric equations, you can just, write t in terms of x and then substitute that into the other function right here. Z is equal to negative t squared. So you'll end up with t is equal to x over 9.6, right? Easy. And then you plug this into here, and that way you get z is equal to negative. Now you plug in this x over 9.6 squared, right? And if you notice here, look at this. This essentially is, without calculating anything out, this really is just a negative x squared type function, right? Over 9.6 quantity squared. We're not interested in this part right here. We're actually interested in this. This is a parabolic equation, right? So that means that this makes a shape and it goes through the origin, right? Because if I plug a 0 into here, it'll end up right over here, right? I guess I'll do that in a different color. And so that'll go through here and it goes down. And since there is a, it's a fraction, it's going to be really wide. It just keeps on going that direction, right? So it goes like that. I probably shouldn't draw it so much. I think I'm going to do this. Look, I'm going to leave it that far, right? Because it looks like it's on the page, right? So if you extend this side of the glass really far out, you'll notice that the shape of the parabola would look something like this, right? It would just keep on going in that direction, right? I don't want to draw too much because I don't want to lose you, but basically that's the shape of the parabola. So you have a parabola and the shape is going down, right? So it opens down. Easy, right? And that's basically it. That's all you have to know. So if that's all you needed, well, in that case, we're good. There's really not much more I can say about this because technically, if I was to say any more, then this would be like a Calc 3 graphing techniques tutorial, and that's not what this is. So if that's all you needed, guys, well, in that case, we're done. So as always, good luck with your homework and tests in the future, and thank you for watching.